Right, morning. So what we're going to do today is try and get this thing back up and running. So as you can see, it's in a bit of a sorry state, but I crashed it, didn't I? And it's generally, there's a little bit goose there on the grills, but it's generally in okay condition. Now what I need to do basically is replace all of this section and this section, but keep these sections, because this part is unique to the hatch, whereas this bumper that I've got down here, if you can see there, is off the convertible, and these arch spats are different, so I need to take them off along that line hopefully, and then I can replace the grille and the lower section, and then these bits will will stay off the original one. Now hang on a minute, what's going on here? Now everybody in the world tells me that it's not possible, so if I'm successful I'll look like I know what I'm doing, and I'll have disproven a 20-year myth, and if I'm wrong then I won't upload the video and you'll never know. But that is what I'm going to do. However, stage one is we need to get it fired up and see if it actually even runs, and if there's other bigger issues, because the bumper might be going in the bin at this point. So I noticed the last time I moved it, which was about 2 years ago, there was some fluid on the floor, so I need to determine whether that is brakes, power steering or aircon. Now fingers crossed it's aircon, and then I'll just rip off all the aircon system. If it's more serious, then we've got to look how much it's going to cost, and if it's not going to be cost effective, then we might just get rid of the car. So we will see, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do now, try and fire it up and then determine whether we continue with the project or not. So I'll bring you back shortly. Right, so with not too much effort, got it running. It's pretty easy, to be honest with you. I just put a battery on it, fired it up, so that's all it took. So you can see down there we've got, let me see, we've got the manifold on, the SWR manifold, and then when we come back round here, got centre exhaust. So there's a few bits on it since the last time you saw it. Oops, I'll go over here where it's less noisy. So it's up and running, so that's the first major hurdle. I'm pretty happy with that. Like I say, it was dead easy. So the next one is to manoeuvre it about a bit, see what the leaks are. So I'll bring you back. Right, so as you can see, we've got the car on the little ramps, but to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think we need it. We've got down here we are, some little pool of fluid. If we look, it's a bit red in colour. Now, if we know anything about cars, what's red in colour, there's a good chance it's the power steering fluid. So if we open the power steering fluid and we look in there, it looks pretty empty. So the other telltale sign is, hang on, there we go, the other telltale sign is that the power steering is not working. It's heavy to steer. The brakes, the pump straight up, they work. Back and forward, they stop straight away, no problem. And I've not tested the aircon because I don't care. So something tells me leaking power steering fluid. I don't think we need to be a doctor to work that one out. So next thing is we're going to ring Bill Ward. We're going to see what Bill Ward's opinion is, but I think it's steering rack time. And the reason I say that is because last time Bill looked at this car, I think he told me that there was corrosion on the steering rack around the pipes and the connectors, and that it probably wouldn't survive taking them off and putting new ones on. However, that was about 4 years ago, and I might be misremembering, so I'm going to ring him. I'm going to see what he says, and that'll determine whether that's the end of today's mission or not, really. So yeah, I'll bring you back shortly. Here we go. Right, and so as we can see, steering rack there, and it's £100. So not the end of the world if that's what we need. It's specifically for the Streetka and Sportka, it says. Now I do need to double check that the Street and the Sportka have the same steering rack, because I know the Sportka is a quicker rack. You would assume the Streetka had it as well, but you just never know, do you? So I will do some double checking. So I'm waiting for Bill to ring us back, because surprise surprise, he didn't answer his phone, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, if it's only going to be £100 to fix it, then we're probably all right. So I'm going to crack on ripping the bumper off, and then we'll see what happens, basically. Right, catch you in a bit. Then would you look at that, maybe 10 minutes and we've got the bumper off. Now that side's still held on because of the toe eye that I can't be bothered taking off, and that side's still held on because there's a screw down at the bottom that I can't reach because I'm close to the fence and I can't be bothered repositioning on the ramp. But it's all I need for now anyway. I'm not really bothered. So we are getting somewhere. As you can see, we have several missing bolts here and there. I think the guy that got sold the car originally, someone may not have told him all the truth. I've not lost that bolt, that was not there, so technically that headlight's a little bit loose and things like that. But generally it looks pretty straight. This didn't seem to take an impact. Now this seems like it did, but it actually, that's the angle it's on. It's supposed to be that angle, you can see from that. So I don't think there was any impact anywhere. I think I got really lucky. All this looks pretty good. So the only thing that seems to have took a little bit of a knock appears to be that steering issue. Now maybe it's just a pipe. Bill's still not rang us back. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope for the best. What can you do? But in the meantime, I'm going to get this other bumper on, hopefully. It still could be a disaster. It still might not fit, so let's see. Right, and so maybe 15-20 minutes later we have bumper debumpered. So we'll see if this fits. I'll bring you back. Right, so we've got one screw in. Now once I get all the other screws in, I would say that is going to fit. Now I've been blessed with many things in my life, but my ability to prove naysayers wrong is unmatched. So for all the people that have been saying on the internet for 20 years that a Sportka bumper will not fit a Streetka, or a Streetka bumper will not fit a Sportka, you are massively wrong. You have been so ill-advised your entire life, I would imagine, at least 20 years, when it comes to things like Ford KA bumpers specifically. It fits. The bit that doesn't fit is the arch, not the bumper. So like I say, for 20 years people have been trying to specifically buy this sport bumper rather than the street bumper, and it fits. I've done it, and look, there's the obviously forgive the mess, but there's the arches that I took off. It all fits. Oops. There, the arches all fits. You've just got to know what you're doing, which is rip the arches off and fit the original arches. I don't know why people have never worked this out. So anyway, I'm going to get it screwed together. We'll get it on. The colour's not going to match because I didn't get the right colour, because the blue doesn't come on the convertibles, I don't think. Maybe it did, I don't know, but it weren't available anyway, and that bumper cost me £30. So instead of paying £100 for the proper one, I got the convertible one, and guess what? It's the proper one. Fucking knobheads everywhere. This is why you can't believe anything you see on the internet. And if you want to know anything, come and ask me, because look, the proof is in the pudding, boys. The proof is in the pudding. Right, anyway, obviously I'm being a knobhead on purpose, but I'll bring you back when it's actually done. I don't really think I know everything, but I'm right when it comes to stuff like this. So more listening to me, especially Benty, and stop listening to people on the internet, because look, fixed. Right, see you in a bit. Right, so I'm giving up because my back started hurting, no doubt from carrying my massive head around, because I've got this right after 20 years of internet nonsense. So as you can see, I've got this side as good as I need it to be. Look, would it pass as an insurance repair job? No, would it bollocks? But it's good enough for me. Obviously I need to reattach all this. These are all broke, so that's a big job that'll break out. The other side's not quite got done yet, but my back's hurting and I'm calling it a day. So anyway, it's positive, isn't it? It almost looks right. Yeah, I might not even bother painting it. I don't know if you can see the colour difference. It's not massive. Again, would it pass an insurance job? No, but I'm probably only going to crash it again anyway. So there we go. So for today, that's your video. KA is almost back on the road. Bill never rang us back. Surprise, surprise. I'm sure he will at some point in the next couple of months. So I'll come back to you in the next video. Do us a favour, like, subscribe, and all the other nonsense that people say, because that's how the channel gets monetized, and I can do more interesting things than buying £30 bumpers for £120 cars or whatever I paid for it. Can't even remember. Right, next video, see you in a bit.